When this story happened, I knew that I was going to be saving this for my fucking tour, okay? And you were the first people to hear it. You guys rock. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory so this makes a little bit more sense, okay? So my grandma was like, Tana, like, guys. So like a month ago, my grandma was like, yo, will you come visit me? My grandma doesn't say yo, but she was like, come visit me. And I was like, honestly, of course. I mean, the fact that my grandma even talks to me is kind of dope. I mean, I have videos on the internet titled, I got banged with a toothbrush. So that's cool. So I was like, yeah, I'll come through. And so my grandma, she lives in Texas, if you didn't know. But she does not live in Dallas, Texas, or Houston, Texas, or Austin, Texas, or any fucking city in Texas you ever heard of, for that matter. She lives in Longview, Texas. It is the buttfuck Egypt of Texas. So, there are no non-stop flights to Longview, Texas, and every other flight that's there has like 8 stops. It's like $4,000. I know you guys follow me on Snapchat, saying that I miss every fucking flight on this planet. I missed 3 flights this week. Like, I'm a late ass, not on time ass bitch. Like, you know how it is. So I was like, I'm not gonna fly to Longview. Now, the next town over is Shreveport, Louisiana, an entirely other state. I don't know how that makes sense, like, at all, but like, honestly, I have the education of an 8th grader, so like, geography. So, I was like, I'm gonna fly to Shreveport, Louisiana to see her. Now, of course, the only airline that flies to Shreveport, Louisiana is fucking Allegiant Airlines. If you guys follow me on Twitter, shameless self-promo part 2, do you know how I feel about Allegiant Airlines? I'm spinning like a lot. So I love you. So, the flights, like the Allegiant flights to Shreveport, they're like $90. I guess that's the only plus side. But they make up for the flight being cheap by charging you for everything else. Like a cup of water, that'll be $10. Carry-on bag, that's free on every other airline because it's 2016. That'll be $40. Checked bag, 5 payments of $19.99. I hate Allegiant Airlines. Pro tip, life hack, like just fly Southwest, honestly, like what the fuck? I can't. So, you guys get it. I'm flying Allegiant to Shreveport, Louisiana. It's a lot. The flight's like $90. They're charging me for everything else. And now the thing that I'm leaving out is that I had to take my dog Lumen with me because there's... Honestly, she's the fucking star of the show. Like, I wish she was here. Oh my god. I love you too, you bad bitch. Like I said, I had to bring Lumen. It was already a stressful thing, you know. So I'm there at the day of the airport, not looking forward to taking Allegiant Air, flying my fucking dog. You know, flying your dog wouldn't be something that's annoying, but like, it's Allegiant Air, the planes are the size of my big toe. Like, it doesn't... oh my god, yes. So, I get there and I get on the plane and I'm boarding and I got a window seat because I'm a bougie ass bitch. Walking onto the plane, and there's a lady already sitting in the aisle seat. You know what I mean? Like, I have the window seat, and then there's a lady sitting in the aisle seat. And I'm just looking at this bitch, and she looks like a haggard ass, mad ass, wrinkly ass. Like, she just looks mad. Like, you ever look at someone, and you just know they're gonna be, like, problematic, you know? I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god, yes, girl, I feel you. So I'm walking up to sit down, and I walk over to her, and I'm like ready to get in. But it's not the type of plane where I can just like scoot in. Like, she has to get out because it's Allegiant fucking Air, and we don't believe in leg room. So I'm like, hey, will you move out or whatever? Because there's like a line of people behind me waiting, and they're all like pissed as fuck. And she's on like one of those like Nokia Kindle Fire e-readers that like your mom uses. You know what I'm talking about? And so she puts the thing down, and she looks up at me, and she's like,
oh no, she didn't. Oh,
I told you she was gonna be fucking problematic, didn't I? So she looks up, she gets out of the seat, and she's like, why can't you just put your rat in the overhead compartment? Excuse me, what? So you guys all know, hi, I'm Petty Mojo, and I'm petty as fuck. I look at her, and I'm like, so if rats have to go in the overhead compartment, and she's like, Queen! And everyone in the line behind me laugh like I'm a comedian, like Joan Rivers who? I sit down, I put Lumen in the seat, she sits back down, she's on her dumbass fucking e-reader, and I'm sitting there, and I'm on my phone, and everyone else is like boarding the dusty ass Allegiant fucking plane. I swear to God they buy their planes at Dollar Tree, like I'm not even kidding. I can't, I literally can't. So are you ever just like sitting somewhere and you feel someone being like irked by your presence? I literally could feel her like humid ass breath, like down my neck, like split pea soup. It smelled like split pea soup. I'm literally it was so fucking disgusting. So I look over at her and I'm like, how can I help you? I didn't say that, but I was like, and so she looks at me and she's like, I'm gonna act it out for you, okay? So I'm the lady sitting in her seat and she looks at me and she's like, 1. And so I have my little elbow on the armrest, right? And it's Allegiant. You don't get 2 armrests. There's fucking 1. You have to share it with another person. Oh my God, I boycott Allegiant Air. So she looks over at me and she's like, 1, I'm gonna need you to move your elbow off the armrest because I got here first.
No, she did.
She touched my fucking elbow. When I tell you she assaulted me. I was assaulted right for Tana 2016. So she moves my elbow off, and I'm just shook as fuck right now. Like, you know, in the moment, you're just like, what do I fucking do? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting there.
Slap a bitch.
Are you guys shook? So I'm sitting there, and obviously at this point, all the way up until then, this wasn't a story time yet. Like, old women are rude to me all the time. I don't know if it's the blonde hair.
Fight them!
I don't know if it's the blonde hair, the lack of clothing. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like a target for old women to be like, rude. I'm a piece of shit.
You're fucking gorgeous!
Oh my God, you're fucking gorgeous, queen. Slay me. So at this point, I was like, you know what? This isn't a story time yet. I'm just a little bit annoyed. I'll move on. I'll take a deep breath, whatever. So then she looks over at me. And in this moment, you guys, this is when I knew that this went from, you know, just like my life to like content, you know? Like, so she looks at me and she goes, 2. Now, I wish I was making this up. I wish I was over exaggerating. I wish, you know, like for the haters, I wish. She looks at me and she goes, 2.
Oh no, she didn't.
Don't cross this line. She took her fucking finger and was line for me not to cross. And I was just like, kill her. So I'm sitting there, stab a bitch, and I'm like, what do I do? This bitch just took her witch ass, wicked witch of the west ass finger and drew a line for me not to cross.
Break her
So I'm
finger.
sitting there. Oh, I did, honey. I crossed that. So I'm sitting there, and I have a really bad habit of when someone's just a dumb bitch, like I laugh at them, you know? It's because I'm petty, it's casual, I know. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just kind of like chuckling at her stupidity, you know? And so I'm like taking a breath, I'm like, and she looks at me, and she goes, what's so funny?
Your face. Your face. Literally.
Her face, me. Yeah, no, like literally me. She goes, ugh, I can't even. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what do I do? So I look over at her, and my little elbow's like off the armrest because she pushed it. And I go, this. So I put it back on the armrest. And this woman was so fucking shook, let me tell you. You could tell that she had never ever had another human being like try her in her life. You know what I mean? Like this was the first time anyone ever fired back at her nasty ass attitude. And so she looks at me and she goes, and I'm just laughing. And she goes, security, security. I wish I was making this up. I wish I was making this up. She goes, I need a seat change, security, security. Everyone in the plane is like, and she's like, I need a seat change, I need a seat change. So the flight attendant is walking up and down the aisle, like serving people drinks, you know, like it's Allegiant, I'm surprised they have drinks. And she's serving them drinks, and she walks over to the lady, and she's like, how can I help you, ma'am? And she's like, I need a seat change to security, please, I was hit, I was assaulted, I need a seat change. And I'm just sitting there like, Lumen is in her fucking crate, like, and I'm like, she's like, I need a seat change. And now, this is the moment where I was like, this is the best content I will ever create. This is the best video that's ever going on my channel. Oh my God. The flight attendant looks at the lady and she goes, ma'am, this is Allegiant Air. We don't offer security, nor do we offer seat changes. It gets so much better. She goes, dramatic pause for like dramatic effect. She goes, maybe you can sit in the overhead compartment. In the overhead compartment. Every single person on the fucking plane starts laughing, literally. And this lady is just sitting there like, for the rest of the flight, she was literally glued to her dumb ass Kindle Fire, like. And when the plane landed, she literally, like, we weren't that close to the front of the plane. She was the first person off of the plane. I swear to God, she ran. I think she thought I was gonna like beat her ass, honestly. Like, she got her shit and ran off of this plane, and I never saw her again. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the story.